What's up, guys? I'm Josh Mosman. Welcome to This Week in MXA, episode number 224, presented by O'Neill Racing. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. Lots going on in the motocross and supercross world. I raced the Blue Crew Invitational. I got roosted by Ryan Villapoto this last week. Also, Seattle Supercross was a very exciting one. I am so glad I did not have to race that track. That track gave me nightmares just watching it. I mean, that was just a gnarly Seattle Supercross track. I talked about it in last week's video. The worst conditions are when it gets rutted, wet, and muddy, and then it dries out enough for you to jump the jumps. It wasn't so much that it was muddy, it was more so that it was just really soft and really rutted, and TV did not do it justice this past weekend. So Seattle, those guys racing that track were insanely tough and gnarly. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll also talk about the upcoming Foxborough Supercross coming up this weekend. Plus, got some testing on some really cool prototype parts past week as well. Let's dive into it. Getting into the Seattle Supercross, I already talked about how treacherous the track was, and thankful I am for not racing it, but Cole Davies conquered it. He won dominantly in the 250 class. He won his heat race and the main event. Of course, Hayden went down in both races, but you have to be in it to win it. And Cole Davies he was looking awesome out there, and it's hard to believe that he wins his first ever 250 Supercross main event in only his 6th ever pro race. Impressive feat for the youngster, and it's something that didn't come as a fluke. It almost should have came sooner. Glendale Supercross, he won the first 2 rounds of the Triple Crown, the first 2 motos, and then he crashed on the start of the the third moto, and that one slept through his fingers. So that would have been a win at only his 4th ever Supercross. Instead, it comes at his 6th ever Supercross race in the 250 West Coast Championship. So Cole Davies, very impressive young rider. It's cool to see. Ben Townley posted a video working with Cole Davies just 3 years ago, teaching him how to hit the whoops and really breaking down the basics of what he needs to do, and taking their time on it. It's not something to where they just threw him on a Supercross track and expected him to learn the Supercross whoops just by watching everybody else, but they really stopped there, spent a lot of time there, and now it's paying off for him as he's a factory rider with the Star Racing Yamaha team, and now he's a 250 race winner in the 250 West Coast Championship. So Cole Davies, congratulations. Very impressive style and technique. It's something that looks like it's just the base of a long career ahead of him with lots more wins. So Hayden Deegan loves to play mind games with everybody else. He plays mind games, of course, with Julian Beaumer, the Lawrences. He loves to kind of mess with people and throw digs at people, but Cole Davies is one rider who he's actually friends with, it seems like, and he's not messing with a whole lot, even though Cole seems like he has the best chance at beating Hayden on any given night, especially right now. So Julian Beaumer, he is still recovering from that dislocated shoulder at the Arlington Supercross, so he has been back riding. He did look good, but of course not good enough to get on the podium. So 250 West Coast Championship, wow, it was an exciting one, but we're back to the East Coast coming up this weekend. 450 class, what a battle. That race kept me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and it's so fun to watch those races because one small mistake can change the course of the event. It's very strategic, but it's also mentally and physically demanding. Mentally demanding because if you just make one small mental error, just miscalculate a rut just slightly, you'll go off the track, just like Cody Schock did in that 250 main event. He was doing awesome there in 4th place, and the lapper just messed him up enough to where he shot off the track. And with ruts as treacherous as those were, it's very easy to do that. So mentally you have to stay locked in, but physically you have to stay locked in as well. If you're not strong enough and if you don't have the endurance to be able to hold your bike perfectly straight in those ruts and position your tires, both tires, front and rear, perfectly in the ruts as you're jumping through the rhythm, as you're jumping through the whoops. It takes so much precision, and if you're lacking strength, you're going to get tired quicker and you're going to make mistakes quicker and you're going to go down a lot quicker. So that was a true battle of the ages, and it was a 4-way battle. Cooper Webb, Chase Sexton, Ken Roxon, and even Justin Cooper jumped up in there at the beginning of the race, and Justin looked awesome. Winning that heat race, I thought he had a great chance of winning the main event. Sad to see him go down and miss out on a podium and possibly a win. His first win would have been of his career, but instead it was his teammate Cooper Webb who edged out Chase Sexton all the way down to the wire. Very close at the end, 0.7 seconds, but Cooper Webb did it again. He left no room for Chase Sexton to dive up underneath him. 133 Supercross starts for Cooper Webb, and he's got 31 wins now, so congratulations to him. Cooper Webb also secures 8th place on the all-time wins list, dropping down Ricky Johnson and getting that spot all to himself. He was tied with Ricky Johnson before, now he's got it all to himself. So congratulations to Cooper Webb. Coming back into Birmingham. Birmingham Cooper Webb entered with 15 points. A fourth for him, a first for Chase Sexton, dropped it all the way down to 8 points. Then Cooper Webb extended it back out to 11 points after Seattle. Now heading into Foxborough this weekend, he's got a little more of a cushion and is back into the double digits. I'm also bummed out for our guy Jason Anderson, missing it due to family circumstances. Don't have any information yet on what happened and why he had to miss Seattle, but very bummed for him, hoping the best for his family. And one interesting stat, it was actually the longest race streak he had of his entire career without being injured, without missing a race. 27 races in a row for Jason Anderson. So hopefully all is well with his family and everybody is back in one piece, and hopefully he can be on the track this weekend at Foxborough to start up the next streak. But Jason Anderson, wishing the best for him and for Kawasaki.
And more news coming from the Supercross world. Dean Wilson is back. He's racing the last 5 rounds of the Supercross series for the factory HRC Honda team. No, it is not April Fool's. As I record this video, I just got done testing with Pro Circuit on our Honda 450 Works Edition out here at Paula. We shut the track down as always. We're testing suspension, it's long days, but Dean Wilson, he got the call. It wasn't Trey Kennard. Trey Kennard was teasing us with his videos. He was wearing like a Hulk suit, all buffed up, training, and it would have been really cool to see Trey Kennard do it, but no, not Trey Kennard. It's Grandpa Earl, Dean Wilson, riding for factory HRC Honda at the last 5 rounds. So not this weekend in Foxborough, but he'll be starting next weekend in Philadelphia and doing the last 5 rounds of Supercross.
Looking ahead to this weekend's Foxborough Supercross, it's kicking off a 4-week streak of Northeastern Supercross races. The whole month of April is going to be spent in the Northeast for the Supercross guys, and I think everybody's going to be thankful for not crazy drives for a little bit here. They all just got done driving all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, up to Seattle, Washington, and now they're going all the way across the country back to Foxborough, Massachusetts. So yeah, big weeks of driving for everybody, from the truck drivers to the privateers. Everybody that has to drive is struggling right now. But after this, they have 4 races up in the Northeast. This weekend's Foxborough, Massachusetts. Next weekend, Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. They're going to Philadelphia. Then the weekend after that, East Rutherford. And then the weekend after that, back to Pennsylvania. They're going to Pittsburgh. And so 4 weeks in April, 4 weeks in the Northeast. And it's going to be good. This weekend does look like a little bit of rain in the forecast, though. They got Thursday, a little bit of rain currently as we're looking at it early in the week, and then also Saturday says rain in Foxborough, Massachusetts. So hopefully things clear up. It is an open stadium, and that could mean a little bit tough conditions for everybody this Saturday. So as we know, dirt works. We posted videos all week of Seattle Supercross covered in tarps, had water all over it, standing water everywhere. It did make for a soft track and a very rutted track at Seattle, but it wasn't muddy. You couldn't say it was muddy. It was just soft. This weekend might be similar in Foxborough. The track map currently looks pretty simple. No sand sections. It's got a long start straight with a sweeping left-handed first turn. It's got a whoop section with a roller coming into it. And besides that, one option lane with a little bit of inside, outside options as you're coming off the start. So Foxborough Supercross should be interesting. The 250 East Coast Championship is back on the track this weekend. Tom Vial has the points lead, but he still doesn't even have a race win this season. So Tom Vial, he's got 99 points, a 10-point gap over RJ Hampshire, who had a terrible first round at Tampa, but has just continued to build since then. He's gotten a race win, and now he's 10 points back in the championship. Pretty impressive for RJ Hampshire. Also, Seth Hammaker has been doing awesome. He got that win at the East-West Showdown. He was 4th overall at Birmingham, but that was only after he got that 9th in the first race when he crashed, and then he won the next 2 races of the Triple Crown. So Seth Hammaker is definitely on a high right now. He is currently 13 points back in the championship. So things are looking good for Seth Hammaker. After a couple wins at the Triple Crown in the motos, Seth Hammaker is doing awesome. Unfortunately, Max Anstey, he still sits 4th. He's tied for 4th with Nate Thrasher in the championship currently. But of course, Max Anstey won't be on the track this weekend as he suffered a broken leg at Birmingham. So bummer for him. But if you are watching this weekend, be sure to play the MXA Fantasy League app. It's a free app, free to download, free to play. We've been talking about it all year long, sponsored by Onyx Off-Road. And this weekend, we're giving away $500 to FXR. So FXR makes some extremely comfortable gear, great looking gear that'll stand out on the track. So be sure to download the app for free, play for free, and get your chance to win the $500 shopping spree to FXR this weekend at the Massachusetts Supercross. Should be exciting. 250 East Coast back on the track. 450 Championship is heating up. Should be good. Next up, everybody likes new stuff, and everybody likes being the first to try something. And for me, that was a pretty cool aspect of last week. I got to test some prototype parts from Luxon MX. Let's head there now.
All right, guys, Billy from Luxon. We tested all kinds of parts. linkage on our 2025.5 Husqvarna 450 Factory Edition.
Yeah, so it's a more progressive system, so you're able to run a little bit less compression damping. Gives you more comfort.
We had our YZ 250F with Brian Medeiros. He was testing engine mounts. Is that the same spec that Club MX runs or a little different?
Exact same.
Josh Spout, he's been riding our Beta 450 RX. Triple clamp tested on that. We got the Gen 3 Pro triple clamps with adjustable offset. But right now we got some pretty cool prototype stuff today. Finally got it locked down. So YZ 450F testing for me. And we got some engine mounts.
So it's a rubber mounted system. Nothing new. All your cars are rubber mounted engine mounts, but it's new to the dirt bike world. So we're trying to isolate a little bit of vibration, shock, get a lot more comfortable ride out of it. It's an engine mount that makes a big difference in feel.
So today was kind of like a trial run, and he said, don't take any pictures until we know that it works. I went out there and I was pretty impressed with it. Back to back with the stock mounts versus the rubber mounted engine mounts, and I honestly was impressed with it today. So
yeah,
we got the red stiffer bumpers, we got yellow medium and green soft. It's fun stuff for MXA. We get to test prototype products, and now you got a few available for sale on the website already.
Yeah, we've got 20 sets ready, and we'll be making more now that we know that they're working.
Cool. All right, well, if you want to be one of the first 20 people to be riding with rubber mounted engine mounts, get them now at luxonmx.com.
Last weekend was a lot of fun racing the Blue Crew Invitational at Glen Helen. I got to race with Ryan Villapoto, Cole Timbo, lots of Yamaha guys out there, Bradshaw, Dubach, Chris Kiefer was out there, lots of guys. So it was fun times. And of course, we had the mini wrecking crew out there as well. James Ellis, he was riding our 2025 Yamaha YZ65. Also, Nixon Meineke, he was doing awesome on our YZ85. And he punched a ticket to the Yamaha Super Finale at Ironman for the Motocross designations. It's a pretty cool program Yamaha puts on. They have a 65, 85, and 125 classes that will actually race leading up to the motocross designations. Also, if you haven't seen it, be sure to check out our 2025 MXA 85cc mini cycle shootout video on our YouTube channel now. We had a lot of fun filming with those guys, and also had a lot of cool sponsors on board supporting us for the mini bike crew. So the mini wrecking crew is, yeah, they're a little bit of extra work. It's not as easy to test with them because we're just learning how to pull information from the young riders. Thankfully, we had our guy Brian Medeiros help us with some testing over there as well. So the mini test riders are test riders in training, and it's been a lot of fun working with all those guys, and also fun racing with them on the weekends. I'll be racing this weekend at the California Classic at Paula. Should be fun. So if you're in Southern California, come join us out there at the Cal Classic. My wife will be selling bread. Mosman Sourdough Pantry will be parked behind the starting gate. I'll be racing our Honda 450 and getting some laps in training for the Nationals. Should be a lot of fun this weekend.
Also, big news in the two-stroke world. Two-stroke world championships are coming up quickly, and we've partnered with Lectron Carburetors. I'm running an Lectron carburetor on Pasha's KTM 150 SX. Yes, I'm not running the fuel injected 150 or 125. I'm running the carbureted bikes. Carbureted are much easier to modify, and definitely going to be a little bit better for pulling me up the hills at Glen Helen. So World Two-Stroke Championships coming up April 19th at Glen Helen. And as I mentioned, Lectron Carburetors partner with MXA and the live stream, so you'll be able to watch the two-stroke race through the live stream at Glen Helen this year again as well. And Lectron, you can save $100 on your next order of a carburetor. Just hit the discount code. We'll have it in the description of this YouTube video. I believe it's two-stroke smoke-SM. That'll save you $100 with Lectron Carburetors on your next order. So exciting stuff from there. Also ran into another guy who's getting ready for the Two-Stroke World Championships, Carson Brown. Let's hear from him now. Carson Brown at the track today. You got 3 different two-strokes. What are we getting ready for?
Two-stroke national is coming up here in a few weeks, so we're in town, might as well hit Glen Helen. We've got Jamie doing some bikes, TBT helping with some suspension stuff, mostly just having fun, holding some two-strokes tapped with the boys.
Nice.
Got the RM 300 KTM combo. We have the Twisted YZ, and then we've got a Beta 300. Just putting a little bit of time on each of them for Dirt Bike Magazine, and having a blast with it, honestly. We're barking. We've even got the paddle on this thing,
nice.
Which that's how you know you're having a good time.
For sure. And last year, you got the win, right?
I went 1-2 for second. Heft got me. It was a close race. It was a good battle. The fans were stoked,
nice.
So can't be too bummed. But yeah, hopefully we can have another good battle this year.
Nice. Where does the two-stroke race rank against all the other wild events you're doing?
Ooh, this one I think is like pretty epic because there's so many guys, so many classes, and every gate is full. So I mean, that ranks pretty high up there on the fun meter.
Nice, nice. All right, well, what about people who've never been before? Why should they come?
The atmosphere is crazy. Like, everybody's having a good time. And I mean, the racing is sick. Looking at all the bikes is sick because, I mean, there's vintage bikes, new bikes, everything in between. There might be a Franken bike like this thing. And just the atmosphere is good. It's old school. It's like the 90s was. And yeah, you're going to see some mullets and mustaches out there too. So you can't go wrong with it.
I like it.
Thank you guys for tuning in this week in MXA, presented by O'Neill. See you guys in the next video.